Hey everyone, thanks for coming to the PNC Live Studio. My name's Kendall from 101 KINK, and thank you, Peggy, for introducing me already. And I'm matching a lot of people in this room, so shout out to all my flannels. Well, we're all here to see Ruston Kelly, so let's give it up for Ruston Kelly.
Hey. Everybody's shouting from their phone cause they think they know something that you don't. Yeah, sure, be an expert. I don't wanna be an expert, just wanna lay next to her and vibe. I don't wanna be a lone wolf howling to an old moon, looking for a new truth buried in the stars in the sky. Every brighter star I've seen is burning in your eyes. And suddenly I only know one thing, and it's all I need to know for a lifetime. I belong with you, you belong with me. Let the rest just fall by the wayside. You can call it selfish, I can't really help it. I guess I'm dumb or crippled by intelligence, trying to make sense of a big mess, taking supplements cause I can't rest or sleep at night. I don't know about you, but I know about me. Everywhere I turn there's a new enemy, 24/7 news feed, World War III. All I want is 3 minutes of quiet, and suddenly I know everything and absolutely nothing at the same time. But I belong with you, and you belong with me. Let the rest just fall by the wayside. Oh, my head, it might explode the more I swipe and scroll. I don't know nothing, but there's an anxiousness that's tangled up my soul. So let the world just blow up, as long as I know I am yours, you are mine. We can let the rest just fall by the wayside. Let it all fall by the wayside. Let it all fall by the wayside. And suddenly I know everything and absolutely nothing at the same time. But I belong with you, and you belong with me. Let the rest just fall by the wayside. Oh, my head and mine explode the more I swipe and scroll. I don't know nothing, but there's an anxiousness that's tangled up my soul. So let the world just blow up, as long as I know I am yours, you are mine. We can let the rest just fall by the wayside. Let it all fall by the wayside. Let it all fall by the wayside. Oh, my head, it might explode. Let it all fall by the wayside. Oh, my head, it might explode. Let it all fall by the wayside.
Get it? So, hello.
Oh, hey.
How
Hello.
are you?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm here with the vibe.
Welcome back to Portland. Are you doing anything fun while you're here?
I'm playing a show tonight. That's the thing about touring is like you don't really get to do anything like fun, really. I mean, the shows are fun, but you're like in the city, and then you're like gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, no, I'm not.
Are there still tickets available for the show tonight?
Yes.
Right on. RustonKelly.com.
Yes.
So your new record's called Pale Through the Window. It came out in September, but The Weakness came out like 2 years ago.
Yes.
So did you just dive bomb the studio when you got off tour?
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of been, this record was a bit of a capstone assessment of the past, probably 6 or so years of my life. We did Dying Star, my first album, and then just hit the ground running. I wrote Shape and Destroy, my second album, on the back of the bus while touring that album. And then when we did Shape and Destroy tour, I wrote The Weakness on the back of the bus on that tour. And it was, we were going pretty hard for a little while. And Pale was the first time that I had about a year to just take assessment of, inventory of what in the world was going on and who in the world am I type thing,
So who in the world are you?
I mean, I'm a guy with a guitar trying to do the right thing.
So sonically, this record reminds me a lot of Shape and Destroy.
Sick.
Was that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind going kind of back to that sound?
I mean, that sound is if I could be this guy and say that is a quintessential element of my music. And what I mean by that is there's really no pretense to the production. We weren't going to be okay, we want this record to sound like this. With Dying Star and Shape and Destroy, it was just players that that I loved, and my dad was always up in the mix on steel guitar, and my sister and whatnot, and we would just kind of push record and play, and this album was originally called A Return to Form until somebody told me that means you were bad and then now you're really good. I was well, I'm not trying to say that. But what I meant by returning to form was returning to kind of the purest aspect of who I am as an artist, as someone that is trying to mean something on record. And I felt the best way to bring that about was to go to the basics of what I knew and to do everything kind of from the gut. This was a very instinctual record, and the only thing that was the pretense for going into the studio was what are we going to have the most fun doing? And that was always let's just push record and see what happens. And we used my touring band that's been with me the past 6-7 years, and I mean everything just fit like a glove. We had time to kill in the studio because of that, so it was pretty cool.
What was the first song that you? Not the first song that you did. What was the first song you wrote
for the album?
Yeah. But Ever is a good one too. That's a good question.
Yeah, whatever.
What was the first song you ever wrote?
Oh, ever wrote ever? Well, the first song I ever wrote ever, I was in 2nd grade, and it was called Golden Snow. And the funny thing about that is in my sheltered innocence, I was the glory of the snow, the sun was shining on the snow. And I presented it to my teacher, and she was like, what are we doing here? And I didn't understand until, my brother told me that's just you're peeing on snow, And that's not what I was trying to get across. But also, if it was, that's cool, too. Yeah.
So what was the first song that you wrote for the album?
It was Pale Through the Window. Yeah, which was... I would say the reason we started the album with it, the album starts with Pale Through the Window, which is probably the kind of loneliest song on there. I wrote it before I met my now fiance, and before my life, like, you know, greatly changed in so many aspects for the better. And it was, the album originally was going to be kind of an album of that, of just like ghosts and shit. Can I say that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I did.
Yeah.
And then the album ends on All In, you know, which is an ode to that type of love that I didn't really think was a possibility for myself in my life. So I think it's really fitting. That was the first song, and it drastically grew into something very whole, complete, and not alone at all.
Yeah, you can really hear that throughout the evolution of the album, or rather the track order. The track
vibes?
Yeah, the track vibes.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song on it?
I think Twisted Root, actually, is my favorite song. It's probably one of my favorite songs I've written. It's like kind of in the same area as Brave, of just kind of laying it all out there, of being honest. Not that like I'd ever be dishonest in writing. I don't really have a choice in that. For better or for worse, transparency in a raw form is a little bit of my go-to on the songwriting process. And Twisted Root, you know, we put that midway on the album sequence because, like, each of my records, you can start it from track one and go all the way through. You can listen to it out of order, but if you listen to it in order, it is a narrative of events that happened. Like Jackson Browne said, we make records because they're records of events that happened in our life. And it does play as a story. And Twisted Root was this interesting moment where, like, I did like have such a change of lenses in my life, and this weird thing happened where amidst all of this like joy and fulfillment, there was kind of a glance backwards towards the times that like I had acted out of, whether it was despair, frustration, or pain. And the pain that caused myself and other people, like whether it was through substance abuse or just like a general unknowing of self, was like because of like the newness of goodness in my life, there was such a sharpness to that pain, like and some regret and guilt. And it ultimately led me to a concept of grace and knowing that like perfection was never the key or the purpose in the first place, but it was a good reminder, a hefty reminder of, you know, what life looks like through that lens and what it looks like now. And so it was a very important moment to kind of say that to myself.
Well, I won't tell you to play that song necessarily, but I will.
But like play that song.
But I will get out of your way and let you sling some tunes.
Okay.
Ruston Kelly, everyone.
I'll just play that one then. All right.
Take me back to that moment when the twisted root started growing. I wanna chop it down right there in the dirt and erase the way I made myself and others hurt. But I can't go back in time, no matter how bad I wanna make it right, to help these roots grow straight, no matter how they twisted, no matter how I hate, how long I was afflicted when I was sick and full of poison, losing every battle. I could not reach the gate. I sunk back in the valley from the twisted root, the curving spine, the wasted years, the rusted blade of time, the deepest cut of all. When I made my father cry, I wish it wasn't nothing to change my life. Twisted root, twisted root, how to stand in this moment, let the pain roll in and try to own it. 'Cause all I've ever done is sing down in the dirt underneath the way I made myself and others hurt. But I can't go back in time, no matter how bad I wanna make it right. To help me stand up straight and tilt the crooked picture, and not look at my face and only see what I disfigured from the years I filled with poison. In the shadow of the mountain, I could not reach the gate. I sunk back in the valley from the twisted root, the curving spine, the wasted years, the rusted blade of time. What I could not repair, what I could not unwind, make it be enough now to change my life. Twisted root, twisted root, twisted root.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. I have to tune this, so you can do whatever you want. You can chat. If I was like really professional, I would have like a story prepared while I was doing this, but I don't. Fresh out of stories. But maybe just like give me two clicks. How are you? Yeah? You're just vibing? You're just living your freaking life? Oh, you want to know? Okay. I can tell you that momentarily. Let's see. What do I want to do? Hold on. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to do something else. And I'll tell you why. Sorry. Let me get my situation straight. Okay. And then I want to do this. Yeah. I'm going to do a little throwback. Because, like, this is, you know, the past is only good enough for informing the moment. But that's tricky. That's a little bit of a fine line. But this one was like a big hope of that one day, you know, I would get out of that mire. There was a time I thought I never would, but I did. And hallelujah. But this song is kind of that hope. Sorry, I have like a sorry. It's literally a radio station. It's like the FBI is here in my mind, you know? Have you guys seen that like on like like the memes and stuff of like someone like discovers some like way to like charge a phone without doing whatever, and then it shows the text pop down and it says FBI and it says stay right where you are. I don't know why I said that. I think it's funny. All right.
You could run 1,000 roads and never end up nowhere. Pierce through your ends 1,000 holes and never know the crush you bear. Maybe I was born inside a shadow. I'm always starving for the light. The only roads I seem to follow are the ones that lead into the night. But you could dig 1,000 graves, but you're never gonna bury that ghost. Floats up from the ground and it carves your name. It hangs in your head like a Jesus stone. I'm crashing down too far from heaven. I fell too short of a million things. I'm trying to put the pieces back together. That's what I get for flying on broken wings. Sick of dying in the night. I wanna feel alive in the world. I wanna straighten out all my crooked lines. And then I'm gonna marry that girl, 'cause I believe that love can save you. When it comes in quiet and it rises slow, it takes the depths out of the darkness, so you don't have to fall that far alone, and so you don't have to face it on your own. Thanks again. Did I give you enough backstory on that one? I did? Okay. Nice. Nice. Good. Okay, so I've done one good thing today. Thanks to you. Well, you know, there's still hours left in the day. Let's see. I'm just going to continue the vibe of this.
So, yeah. So I'm not gonna be like, hey, like, when it comes to like politics and religion, I just kind of stay out of that. Not saying that like I'm not a politically or spiritually incentivized person. I just think like I'm not. My job isn't to tell you anything, because like I'm not a theologian, and I'm not a political scientist. I have the things that I am active about. But I guess that being said, like there is one thing that I think like is a common thing amongst all that, and the irony is that like there is kind of a desire for change, and there is especially when you've kind of been under things personally in your life. I mean, there were so many themes in my music for a long time that like I didn't share with people because that was very personal to me. But they were reflections of a desire to have some sort of anchor in my life and have some sort of direction. C.S. Lewis wrote. I used to read a lot of C.S. Lewis. I really liked it. I mean, I read everything about every religion. Damn, bless you. That was about the truest sneeze I've ever heard. Who was that? That was powerful. Honestly, I wish I could sneeze like that. I don't know. I turned 35. I start sneezing like a dad. It's like, ha! Out of nowhere, scaring like literally everybody around me. That was nice. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know, man. I just I had felt like making music, writing, and songwriting, performing it and making a career out of it was a byproduct of a thing that I knew that I had that meant more to me than just like going and performing it for people. It wasn't just that. It was that there was this kind of sanctuary inside myself that I turned to all the time. And slowly, I think, whether it was abuse of a gift or a disregard or a taking for granted, that started to kind of slip a couple years ago, where it became less about that sanctuary and it became more about, how much can I do it, and how much can I go work, and I love what I do, but those quiet moments of just like sitting at the piano or sitting with my guitar at my house that used to be my bedrock for making sense of myself in the world was harder to come by. And that's part of that is just like life and whatnot. And a lot of it was the substance abuse and the numbing and constantly trying to fix things that I assumed were broken. And then after, I met my wife to be, I had like a pretty intense spiritual like epiphany. I don't know any other way to put it, but it was intense, and it was very real with a capital R. And that's just not something that, like, regardless of what things that come in that are real with a capital R, I don't turn away from. And all I really want to say about it is that the anchor, the characteristics of my faith in a higher power is not something that I want to proselytize or any of that. I just think it's an extension and maybe a clarification of how beautiful it is to have a gift and be able to share it with other people. And essentially, it makes me feel smaller in a good way, and it makes like doing something for others much bigger and more important. So that's what this song is about. Was that enough backstory for you? Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Well, the window's broke
and the smoke escaped, and the light came through and I saw your face. All I ever wanted was to know your name. Out in the desert I've been waiting for rain. I thought I wanted bliss, but I needed peace. Sick of living inside the cold machine. I don't want nothing if it don't come clean. And next to you is all I ever wanted to be. Even in the thick of the storms, you were there still. Broke your heart to watch me swallow handfuls of pills. Scraping the bottom, I was desperate just to be found. But in the darkest hour, when I thought the light got killed, you were there still. 6 weeks on the road and a fade to black. Yeah, straight so far that I never come back. But you sent me a love like I never had. And from now on I'm giving it everything I have. 'Cause even in the thick of the storms, you were there still, loving me through all my failures and all my guilt. Scraping the bottom, I was desperate just to be found. But in the darkest hour, when I thought the light got killed, you were there still. You were there still. Even in the thick of the storms, you were there still, loving me through poison and all my shame and guilt. Scraping the bottom, I was desperate just to be found. But in the darkest hour, when I thought the light got killed, you were there still.
Cool. Oh, shoot. I love my revision of curse words. I've never said shoot in my life. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, it's just like sometimes life be a certain way. And you just gotta be, like, down with it.
I took too many pills again. I took too many pills again. I blacked out for a week, didn't eat, didn't sleep, came to it at all again. She's probably gonna be pissed.
She's probably gonna be pissed. Throw my things in the yard to keep my car, but show up to her house like this. Oh, it was a dark December. Not even angels came around, and I was too stoned to remember. I come too far to turn back now. Come too far to turn back now. I feel like I'm gonna fall down. I feel like I'm gonna fall down. But I was born and raised in an earthquake state, so I'm better on shaky ground. What the hell am I gonna do now? The hell am I gonna do now? Got a half lit smoke, good God, I'm broke, but I gotta make it back to Germantown. Oh, it was a dark December. Not even angels came around, and I was too stoned to remember. I come too far to turn back now. I come too far to turn back now. Baby, won't you take me back? Baby, won't you take me back? It ain't like I'm tricking on the corner of her crack. Baby, won't you take me back? Oh, it was a dark December in the city of angels. I was coming down, and I was too stoned to remember. I come too far to turn back now. Come too far to turn back now.
Cool. Everything's going according to plan. Are you doing all right? Yeah? How are you guys? Are you guys drinking wine back there? A little white situation? That's a nice little Saturday treat. A little wine, a little cheese. You know, a little kickback. What am I saying? What am I saying to you right now? I have no idea. How's the sneezes coming, kid? Yeah? Are we all sneezed out? Probably. Okay, my bad. How old are you? 10? Oh, we're double digits. Double the trouble. I love that for you. Me? Am I giving you a California vibe? Yeah, but that was just like the guy in the story, you know? Yeah. I wrote that song on the floor at my friend's studio, just chain smoking cigarettes. And I hadn't slept in a few days. It originally had 12 verses. I decided that was a little too long. But at the time, you could have told me I was from California, I would have believed you. Okay.
I think this is one of the things that they tell you that come around maybe once in your life. I'm sitting in your kitchen with your mom and aunt and sister, with my hand on your leg, and it just feels right, 'cause you came in and cracked me wide open, and all my worries went so far away. And I know that it's only the beginning of the road, but there's something I can't explain that only you and me know. You can have me, and I'll honor this the best that I can. With everything I am, I'm all in. It's raining in Nashville, and all our friends bailed, and we sang songs in the dark on the couch. I felt something in my soul, a part of me I'd never known, and I can't tell you how much I love you right now, 'cause you came in and cracked me wide open, and all my worries went so far away. And I know that it's only the beginning of the road, but there's something I can't explain that only you and me know. But you can have me, and I'll honor this the best that I can. With everything I am, I'm all in. 'Cause I made a promise at the airport to your mama that I would take care of her daughter. And I don't say it lightly, I feel it down inside of me when I hold you with both of my hands. I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in.
A love song. I mean, why not? I honestly never thought I had it in me, you know? To do, it's always been like brooding and drugs and this and like I want to be better. And then I was like, whoa, like, what if I just like wrote about how much I love this person? Seems simple enough. That was a funny thing too with songwriting. I had trained a muscle, a specific muscle, really. It was kind of like changing sports in a way, because like for a while I had built my career was definitely like through a form of hopeful struggle, and not that has left me by any means, but like there was this newness to my experiences and a brightness to my everyday life that I there was certainty in what it was, but there was an uncertainty in how that actually felt and how that was changing daily my life. And when it came to writing for this record, like I started writing that song like after our first date, which is nuts. But and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. You know, and I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she goes, "Can I think about it?" And I'm a Leo, like, I don't know, you know, like, whatever, take that with a grain of salt, but, like, I was, like, a little bit offended, you know? And that's fine, because we're getting married, so whatever. But, yeah, when I sat down to write about these, like, really wonderful things that were happening in my life, I didn't quite, like, know how to do it without it sounding terrible. And it just felt like the muse, the muse is always going to let you know what, how, and when to create. And sometimes it likes the kind of sacrifice of elbow grease. And sometimes it tells you to just go and live your life. Like you don't have enough colors in the box to really know how to describe a feeling or a situation, or you need to experientially understand some of this subject matter. And I kind of listened to that after many pages being crumpled and thrown against the wall. And I just like went and lived in it and understood better what it was. And then like the floodgates kind of opened. So, anywho, I'm going to play another one for you and then I'm going to leave. And hopefully I'll see you tonight. Yeah.
Oh, deep water, black and cold like night. I stand with arms wide open. I've run a crooked lane, and I'm a stranger in the eyes of the Maker. Oh, I could not see for the fog in my eyes. Oh, I could not feel for the fear in my life. And from across the great divide, in the distance I saw the light of Jean Baptiste walking to me with the Maker. And now my body has been bent and it's been broken by long and dangerously. I cannot work the fields of Abraham and turn my head away. I don't want to be a stranger in the eyes of the Maker. Brother John, have you seen the homeless daughter? Standing there with broken I've seen the flaming sword there over east of Eden. It was burning in the eyes of the Maker. It was burning in the eyes of the Maker. Into my body has been bent and broken. My long and dangerously, I cannot work the fields of Abraham and turn my life away. I don't want to be a stranger in the eyes of the Maker. It was burning in the eyes of the Maker. Oh, it was burning in the eyes of the Maker. Wait, I'm gonna do one more. It's like really short, and I wrote it the other day, and I just wanted to try it out. So everybody relax. It'll be over soon. This is called Singing Bird. It's sweet, I think. I really love you, I do. Your bright colored flower, a slow motion bloom, like night on the water, pulling down on the moon. I really love you, I do. And I really need you today. I got 10,000 thoughts, but there's nothing to say. And the great big shadow just won't go away. I really need you today. It's a missing link, it's a simple word. Love is a living thing, it's a singing bird. It's the calm in the air when the storm's blown through. I really love you, I do. So you just keep swinging in the stars, and I'll make us lunch. We'll drink wine in the yard and smile knowing God things don't fall apart. You just keep swinging in the stars. It's a missing wing, it's a simple word. Love is a living thing, it's a singing bird. It's the calm in the air when the storm's blown through. I really love you, I do. I really need you, I do. Yeah. See you later. Thanks.
Wasn't that awesome? Thank you again for coming out to the PNC Live Studio. There's no meet and greet today. He's got a wicked busy schedule, but we hope that we will see you again. And I forgot to say earlier, if and when you post, if you could tag PNC Live Studio and Kink Radio and, of course, Ruston Kelly. And his show at Wonder Ballroom tonight still has tickets, RustonKelly.com.